and we have 3 games in a row tonight, so it's gonna be this game followed by a game. I think it's gonna be either winner of Crucifer Shawnee versus whatever the other teams against them are. On the bracket, it's number 15. I'm gonna put in chat a link to the bracket. So let me just grab that for you guys. So here's a link to the bracket if you guys want to check out the games. I think we're doing game 15 after this one, and then game 3 will be decided later. But here we are in game, and it looks like the dwarves are going to be on offense, so let's put it onto their view of the screen. And let's just go over what we see here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 guard dwarves. It's about 4 guard fewer than you'd like to have on the pitch, but they're certainly having fun over there. Extra arms runner. Guy's gonna pick up the ball on a 1 in 36. A couple Mighty Blow players. Try and take out these AV7 peasants. Gonna get multiple tries at the peasants because he's hitting diagonally, which is always a good idea. Though only gonna be getting off 2 hits with Mighty Blow. Or 2 knockdowns with Mighty Blow. But who needs Mighty Blow? Just, you know, just hold it. Texas Hold'em taking 1 to the chin. Going with the Blitz on the Claw Mighty Blow Troll Slayer. Again, he only gets 1 hit because Frenzy cancelled out by Fend. And he didn't want to commit to a hit further downfield because he's kind of scared of the Claw Mighty Blow. Which is also why he blitzed with the Troll Slayer, so he could both make the hit and then not be exposed in front of the line of guard dwarves. And you'll see this kind of a defense from dwarves quite often. It pretty much only leaves the edges available to be blitzed. It's really hard to get any hits on the wall of guard in the middle. Extra arms, not necessary, but there will be probably a case at some point during the game where extra arms might come up. So it's certainly not a wasted skill, I think. So we are going to see the targeting of a corner dwarf. Will he be able to protect it well? We'll see. Yeah, he has to move away from there, otherwise he's giving up his quick, easy blitzing. Maybe trying to bait this Troll Slayer over to the sideline a bit. Does have sidestep on this Blodge Blitzer. And worth noting that the Claw is not on a tackle player, so his Blodge Blitzers are actually going to be quite good in this matchup, I think. And let me just try and fix up some of the CPU just going a bit crazy. Okay, we're good. And of course not getting anything on the Mighty Blow Blitz. A little unfortunate, but Blackjack is relatively safe over there. Ball is going to be caged up. Going to be trying to hit a dodge player with a tackle Mighty Blow. Gets an injury. That's not going to be good. That's a blodge guard player. We might see the Apo here. We do see the Apo. Good choice. Because this is a resurrection format, you want to be using your Apo on badly hurts, especially on players that are as important as that guard blitzer was. And you just see the wall move up. Wall is going to be very hard to hit. You could probably manufacture a claw hit onto this corner here. Yes, dwarves do seem very good in this format. Dwarves are always good in low TV formats though, just because guard spam is incredibly effective when you start with the other skills that make it good, like block, tackle. Gonna target the back of the cage, not gonna be able to get it. Will use a reroll, still unable to find a POW with his Claw Mighty Blow player. Very unlucky. Already down 2 players on the pitch, gonna be very difficult to defend. Certainly not what you want early against dwarves, is being down players. Especially with the way the peasants are kind of trapped. Yeah. You really have, he has no way of getting these guys up and out. They're kind of like just in no man's land here. Dwarves wanted they could hard shift diagonally, get in front of the play. And it's going to be really hard for the Bretts to come backwards. Pretty early in the drive, though. Though I might, you know, be interested in seeing that anyways, just to, like, force your way through, say, one of these 2 players, get a good hit in. Looks like he will be taking the space afforded to him here. Again, you don't have too much time to think about where you want to go, so you just take it and you go. Only 19 seconds left on the turn. Still a lot of players to move around. So I think we will be seeing the Blitz onto slots, the Blitzer. Guard Blitzer. Definitely wants to keep these peasants on the floor, so he's going to be putting a couple doors around them. And this careful positioning has kind of turned these 2 knockdowns that were not removals into pseudo-removals, at least for the way the drive has been going. Because you really can't stand these players up. It's a very good dwarf offense so far, taking advantage of his massive guard advantage. He has left a guard in a relatively weak spot, and we are going to see this pick up here into a second hit if he's not able to. And Randomboy is just not getting the dice he's used to here. He's gotten pushes, both downs, and skulls on every single hit of the game. Certainly not the best way to win Blood Bowl games. Continue to offer not really too much resistance at the front, but opting to try and protect his more valuable players. And this is exactly what happens if you do try to stand up these peasants. They just get knocked right back down. Plus the dwarves maybe a player or two in movement. So I'm interested that he's targeting this guard. But this doesn't have dodge, so at least can get a claw hit in. He might have been like enticed to go after either of these two blitzers. But I mean, I guess the tackle doesn't actually matter. It's kind of a wasted skill in this matchup. And you can just set up centrally still here. Now the one thing about going after that wrestler instead of this one is that now he's kind of stuck on the floor here against Mighty Blow Claw with the guard helping. So he's going to be giving up a few hits in this region, the pitch, which if Random Boy starts to actually roll well, could help him get back into this game. So if I'm not surprised, I think we see a blitz here, a walk here, and a hit here. Two hits on the turn rather than normal just one that has been afforded to him so far. We do see the blitz. The Claw Mighty Blow gets a POW finally. Doesn't break the armor. Sets up a nice chain push. Just kind of in the way. Dwarves taking even more space. Turn 5, they definitely can think about getting close to the end zone here. You don't want to go too fast, because if you do have to end up scoring on 7, it's a pretty bad thing against movement 7 blitzers, who can and will score in 2 turns. Especially with the catch skill inbuilt. But he does have the numbers advantage, so it's going to be hard for Random Boy to force that. Blitz there enables 2 hits. Only 1 with tackle. A little unfortunate that this guy's a blitzer rather than a blocker. Getting the second hit here. Does find a POW, however. And that's a big one there. Stun is going to be quite painful for the Bretts here. I do think he can attack the cage. I'm not sure whether he will. He might just go with a Mighty Blow Blitz onto this blitzer here. No, we're just basing up instead. It's an interesting choice of base. I'm not sure what it gains him, but maybe he has his ideas on blitzing the front of the cage instead. No, he just completely messed up which one was which. He thought he was moving his guard here, and that would have made more sense then. So I think he just messed up his players there, which is certainly possible in 1 minute. It's not easy to go fast. I think that was a pretty big mistake, though. Whoops. Two peasants at the back, finally gonna start doing something, tying down these two blockers. Or blocker and a blitzer. Unfortunately, his Claw Mighty Blow is going to be getting hit for free here. When this guard stands up. Going to be doing two jobs. Both tying down this blocker and assisting with the hit. Because we're going to see a Mighty Blow Blitz, yeah, here again. Gets the POW. Just a stun. But, I mean, stuns are good still. Ball's gonna be moving diagonally left, maybe? I don't know. Can he get in front of these two downed players? That's the question. I mean, the runner itself can, but can the rest of the team catch up with the runner? Maybe. This guy can move all the way up to here. Okay, so he can go in this corner. Yeah, okay, so he does have all the movement he needs to form a decent cage in front. And doesn't really get the Claw Mighty Blow down, but it's a wrestle, so, I mean, it's not the end of the world. It's still better than nothing. So he's not really able to try and stop the score, so instead we're going for damage. Claw Mighty Blow, blitzing onto the guard, coming back to make an assist, get some extra blocks in. Still gonna stand in front of the cage with his sidestep. Has to be careful about not giving up a frenzy opportunity. Just not really getting anything down here. Will he be able to pressure enough next turn? Dwarves probably okay with staying exactly where they are, I think. Maybe trying to hit this guy, but that's difficult because he's got sidestep. We'll try to take out the blitzer that doesn't have dodge. It's a good choice. Isn't gonna do it with his frenzy because that's a trap. Into guard. Gonna set up a based cage, which is a little interesting. If he double bases the back, maybe it's fine. I think he will. Yeah, so that double base means it's probably okay. Still, if the Brats are able to block down the Troll Slayer with the sidestepper and then get onto the ball, might be able to force something. Force at least some dice rolls to have to be made in order to score, which is certainly, like, the Dwarves probably should have had a no dice score on turn 8 in this drive, but looks like it'll be a some dice score, potentially. So it's gonna be difficult to get any hits over here. Is there a chain push? There is. Oh, this is actually really cool. I'm gonna re-roll it. Chain pushing the blocker onto the ball. Now there is a lot of guards, so it's gonna be an uphill hit. But you know, it's got wrestle. There's always a chance. There's a nice spot. You take a 2-dice hit onto a mighty blow first. That's a safe chance for damage. I'm gonna wrestle it down just to have less hits coming back the other way. I don't think he goes for it. Gets the double pow! That's what we're talking about, boys. That's the random boy dice we know. Unfortunately, no break on the armor, so that dwarf can still score. Sidestep can be placed on the ball, trying to make it a little harder to clear and get a good pickup. Yeah, I know, right time to tune in, right? Absolutely amazing play there. Wrestle, not gonna get a scatter. So gonna have to hope for something. With this sidestep blitzer, he needs to get a POW, and even if he gets a POW, it's gonna POW, scatter the ball, and potentially land into 2 tackle zones. The way the units are currently lined up. Hoping for some scatter miracle. Block, not good enough. Gonna need to blitz with the guard that's next to the ball now. Just a push. Gets the POW. Scatter the ball. Where will it land? He caught it! He cannot make it into the end zone. Actually, he can. 2 GFIs, but he's gonna fail the GFI. And no reroll left means he will not be scoring on his drive. The absolute worst case scenario with that scatter is catching it on that player and failing the GFIs. Now, obviously, worst case scenario was it bouncing here and then bouncing into this guy's hands or something. But, yeah, that was a pretty epic, fail. The Longbeard still technically could make it into the end zone, but did need to roll dice and does not get there. So I think we've got play of the day so far being, yeah, the absolutely amazing half die after a chain push. Even steals the ball back himself. In the end, not that it matters. At this point, there's no scoring threat anywhere near in play for the Bretonnians, who have been on the back foot all drive thanks to 2 early removals. But he's got the bench to suffer. So just the loss of his Apo on the guard blitzer as the only downside for Randomboy coming out of half number 1. Attempting to make some GFIs with a peasant in order to get 1 extra block this turn. Does make the GFIs. Blitzing in. Push. Will he be able to manufacture another hit this turn? I don't believe so. Not with 3 seconds. I don't believe he'll get a good hit on the ball. Still guard everywhere. And there it is, guys. 0-0 at halftime. Which was not looking like a half for the Bretonnians, but they got there. And so here we are, second half. Bretonnians get the ball. How will they hold up against 7 guard dwarves? Now, one of the downsides to 7 guard dwarves with 2 non-guard players you have to protect, is you're going to give up Mighty Blow hit with Claw onto a guard player on turn 1. Mighty Blow coming deep. I don't understand that. Maybe he's just bringing him back so he has to think about where he's placing him. I think we're either going to see a blitz onto one of the corners or the hit on the line from the Mighty Blow player. Two guard outnumbers 1. This is going to be easy hits on the line. The question is going to be, how do the Bretonnians deal with the basing onslaught that is going to come from these dwarves circa turn 9. And a perfect defense. Will dwarves load the line of guard now? We shall see. They will. They are intending to do this the cannot speak. The guard line way. It's a risky choice, but if it pays off big. The one thing I think about this is there's still a lot of guard in play for the Bretts. They should be able to manufacture 2 dice hits here. Maybe like a 1 dice here or there to open up more 2 dices later. Now the Bretts are going to be counting the ball on Blodge sure hands. Here comes the start of the line chain. Gets a push, which does open up enough to get the second hit. How's this one, which opens up enough to get the third hit. This is the risk you take when you give the line of hits up. As this guard line is going down the whole way, 2 dies. This is where it stops being 2 dies and just being a 1 die there. So we're going to go for the ball before that. Sure hands, enabling him to pick the ball up without having to spend a reroll. We'll take the 1 die because with Wrestle it's a 2+. And another 1 die with the Peasant because you might as well. How's it going, Pig in Space? And now just leaves that guy there. So dwarves will get 3 hits this turn if they want. Doesn't look like he's going to be taking the tackle hit on that guard dodge again. Maybe potentially aiming to go after this blocker with the Claw Mighty Blow. Just gonna load up onto the guard blitzer. gets a push on his Blitz of the turn. Different kinds of guards, so dwarves have options. Surprised by the no follow there. Would have enabled a... Oh wait, never mind. Why am I surprised by the no follow against Fend? It's not surprising at all. Mainly because you can't follow. But yeah, he would have loved to be able to follow there. Get this extra 2 dice. Gonna have to take a 1 dice here, which is still worth taking. As you say, worst case scenario, you get wrestled down. And dwarves have tried to reset centrally. It's gonna be difficult to kind of push your way through this line here. So you might want to just recenter and blitz the guy on the left or something. Looks like we're going to go after this middle line. Mighty Blow Claw coming in onto a dwarf. Claw gets through the armor, but no further. Gonna get himself a 2 dice here onto the Mighty Blow Blitzer. A peasant up forward is just annoyance. Yeah, you guys, if you weren't tuning in the first half, you missed a very exciting end to the first half, with the Bretonnians getting a crazy uphill sack on the ball with a beautiful chain push play. These players certainly capable of great moments. So we'll have to see whether these dwarves can pull something as miraculous off on their defense as well. Another big stun coming out onto the Mighty Blow Blitzer. This does mean he's going to be able to stick a peasant here and try and deny easy hits with the Longbeard. Double stun also means that these guards aren't standing up to make this hit sideways better. So not very many good hits here for the dwarves. Potential, I guess you just blitz in with the guard Mighty Blow here. Gets a 2 die. If you get a push or better, you're standing here, you get another 2 die. Into here, into maybe another 2 die. But that's a risky one because of Frenzy. But he's really going to be heavy on the base side of things. Does get the POW he wanted early. And finds a stun of his own. Finds the POW, can chain the wrestler backwards probably. Get him off. Get that guard out of there. Gonna be the wrestler I didn't think he was pushing. But, sure. Just means one more player based, I think. Leaves the guard that's down next to the Claw Mighty Blow on the floor. Doesn't want it getting clawed for free. Probably smart there. Ooh, Randomboy987 pushing up the side. Now that is a bold choice there. Gets with the Claw Mighty Blow. Gets the POW. No break. Trying to keep this guard on the floor locked down. And heavily going to be pushing the sideline here. Despite the presence of Frenzy on the pitch. I believe part of the reasoning for that choice, though, is the fact that all of these doors here are kind of these 6 here at least, or these 5 here, and maybe even this guy are really out of the play here with the all the knockdowns in the middle. It's gonna be hard for them to get relevant. This block here is a 2 dice, and it frees up this guy to run up here. This block here is a 2 dice, and he's not leaving any blocks in return. He dub skulls, forced to use a reroll, gets a push, pushes away. Unfortunate dub skull. Gets a POW on the Longbeard, however. And yeah, debased all his players in a very good position with so many doors on the floor. Let's push up the sideline next turn. Looks like he's going to be gunning for his touchdown around turn 12 or 13. Not 12, obviously, because he's not scoring next turn, but 13 or 14 seems like a reasonable number against doors. He's found his opportunity to like try and get the doors isolated from where they can't really help out. And the chain push attempt gonna result in just a push. This is gonna get the fend in here on to be an extra hit, but doesn't really free up any more movement in order to get his players in front of where this ball is going, which means he is going to be giving up a score, I believe. Yeah, all these players just standing up in the middle. There's not going to be any safeties here. And the Bretonnians still have a large number of guard available to make good hits with. You're going to be forcing this guy backwards, I believe. But still base contact. So it's going to be hard for him to be an assist onto this Longbeard, which is a guy you want to be hitting. Injures a peasant, but I don't think Random Boy cares about the peasants that much. He still has a bench, I believe. Yeah, he still has a bench. That's gonna cancel this free hit. Actually, no, it doesn't. But the push there is quite disappointing. This chain push, however, is gonna be quite good. Pushes guard off. Okay, well, not getting a blitz onto this runner means he's not going to have an easy path forwards here. Actually, he's still got a screen. No, he can still just be up here. So I take that back, it's still pretty easy. Like, just standing up here. And I don't think you can be surfed. Ooh, I don't know. I think that's hittable. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, that's hittable. Gonna need a dodge. 1, 2, yeah, dodge with this guy on the 3+. Can he get a hit here? It's a 1D. I think I like the 1D better than the dodge because of tackle. He agrees. It also enables you to base up this Troll Slayer, which I think is not going to base him. No, basing him is not necessary if you get the player in front. So this is pretty much guaranteed a score on turn 13 at this point. Can he try some crazy stuff here with dodges? Yeah, he gets a hit here. It's a POW. That's going to be useful. Do any dodges out now? Just going to stay here and give up this block onto his sidestepper. Hopefully with sidestep he's able to avoid too many of the good hits. It can be very difficult for the dwarves to stop this score at this point, though. Now, of course, scoring on 13 is still technically early enough for dwarves to get at least a chance. 4 turns is not unheard of for dwarves to be able to score a touchdown. But with a relatively full team of Bretonnians... Did I just curse him? No, I didn't. Okay, with a relatively full team of Bretonnians, only 2 injuries on peasants, still going to be able to field 11 players on the pitch. I don't foresee this being too difficult. That stun, actually quite important. It means that the guard isn't going to be able to stand up and assist the block onto the Troll Slayer for free. Sidestep, gonna push him up. Gonna get an extra hit. Sidestep, gonna push him up. Gonna get an extra hit. But all those extra hits mean less players stopping the score, which is the important part. GFI good, gets an extra player on the ball. How means that this guy's also gonna be able to get forwards. So now we're looking at maybe a 3+. I'm gonna re-roll the score. Worst case. Peasant can still get up here. Can assist this hit, but that doesn't really do anything. Oh, it does do something. Hey, Velociraptor. How's it going? Can he make a block from this angle? No. So I don't think these do anything, because this is the guy that matters. He's the one that has tackle. So we're still looking at a... Yep, 1 in 9 there. Will he stall this? I think he can. Yeah, he could stall a turn. Especially if he gets a dodge and up here. A dodge and around the back. This dodge... Not necessary to reroll it. But it does make the stall a little less safe. Ooh, shoveling the driveway. Sounds like fun. Yeah, that's what those blocks did. Kind of made a screen. I like it. Giving dwarves 3 turns is definitely better for your health than giving dwarves 4 turns. Gonna be able to free up 2 players here with a block. I see Velociraptor has found the gimmick to this year's Blitz, this week's Blitz pit. Yes, that is a Mighty Blow Claw Troll Slayer. Where's the, yeah, here's the Mighty Blow Claw Bretonnian blocker. The, block, 2, extra arms, dwarf runner, and where's the other one for the, there it is, the tackle 2 heads. Bretonnian Blitzer. Some admin tools were used to, edit the team's Velociraptor. It's not normally possible, but they were able to get some of the folks up at Cyanide to help them out in making this possible. See, unfortunately for the dwarves here, they didn't stop the score. They didn't force any dice on the score. And with just 3 turns left and a full 11 4-player Brett team on the other side of the pitch. I just don't see any worth in doing anything other than maybe blitzing the Claw Mighty Blow Troll Slayer with the ball. It is scary. Probably worth though. Armor 8. Gets the POW. Doesn't remove it. But will get the touchdown royal flush into the end zone. No chance of a stall here any further. Probably not necessary either. 3 turns is difficult as dwarves, even with an extra arms runner. Extra arms doesn't make him any faster. He's trying to think to himself, is there any way he can stall it? And he's come to the conclusion, no there isn't. 1-0, Randomboy with the lead after what has to be the most miraculous turn 8 play I've seen. Turn 7 for him. And with only 3 turns for dwarves, it's going to be quite difficult. Yes, you can. Keyword is can to turn with dwarves. It is technically possible. It is a lot easier when you have 2 runners, which he does have. With 1 sitting off on the sideline. But even so, it's not going to be easy. Well, let's switch view. Check out behind the doors perspective. My CPU just every so often likes to poop out on me, but we're still going fine. Hopefully it's not stuttering too badly for you guys. But anyways, can the dwarves push through this team and get to the end zone in 3 turns with the ball? Second runner is on the pitch, extra arms in the backfield. Extra arms helps out with pickups, catches, and intercepts, but not passing, so passing still going to be difficult. Randomboy hoping for a deep kick here to bury the dwarves' chances behind a pass. It's forcing him backwards. It's not the worst. It did scatter backwards. So 2 movement, 4 movement essentially cancelled from this player. Peasants not getting broken is always useful because it means they can just stand up and be annoying for the next turn. Fend again, taking out the frenzy. None of these dwarves are pushing enough forwards, I don't think. Will he be able to get through this block dodge with the tackle mighty blow? Tackle does it. He's forwards, but he's walked up now in base contact with the claw mighty blow. And the runner cannot get to a safe position this turn. And with the runner just standing so far back, I think just a single base from a wrestler will be good enough. A hit here, a base here, a blitz here, all of the easy scorers relatively dealt with. Keep your players in front of them. This should be a relatively simple defensive drive for Randomboy to navigate here. Also, the blitz here onto this guy means you can run sidestep onto the ball, which sounds amazing to me. Keep your tackle backfield, keep this guy backfield, keep these guys backfield, keep this guy backfield, assist here, blitz here, get onto the ball, hit this guy down with claw, just a push. Unfortunate, but it's still based with a lineman, so not that big a deal. Just keep just screen here, like across here, screen, and base the ball so that the blitz has to come in the backfield, and I think he's in a very good spot here. Because I don't think, yeah, these guys can technically score, but you don't want to have to score on a long beard. It's much less likely to work. This guy's out of it. This guy, if you blitz him down, is out of it. This guy's kind of out of it. I mean, not entirely, but it's going to be hard for him to get into scoring position. Alright, we're going to just go for the blitz on the runner. It's a safer option, I guess. Will he get this guy onto the ball? He will. Okay. So he's still basing the ball, which I like. Which does mean he's able to keep his sidestepper in the backfield as a safety. I don't know about that, because now there's a chance that this blitzer gets to the sideline, and you can't blitz him. Nice chain push to get a base onto one of the important blitzers, although it is the 2+ dodge blitzer. Worth noting, this guy can dodge. And Dubskull is going to force his reroll into a push. Not ideal. And another Dubskull, and the game is over. No scoring threats in play. Random Boy will win this one, 1-0. Very unfortunate dice from ShatteredIce there, but even without them, he was going to have to pull off a miracle up the sideline. Random Boy just hits end turn, does not want to play another second of Blood Bowl. They both agree to just finish the game. Resurrection format means that injuries do not stick. SPP is